How's it going, you guys? Thank you so much for joining us once again on another devotional. And we're going to be reading from John chapter 6. And I do encourage you guys to read the whole chapter. It's very, very good. And it will also help you guys to get a little bit more of a background to what we're going to be talking about today. But we're going to be reading only verse 60 and 66. So we'll do a little bit of jumping right here. So this is 60 right here on the screen. So it says, "Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, 'This is a hard saying. Who can hear it?' And verse 66 down here says, 'From that time many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him.'" So I encourage you guys to read it so that you guys get a little bit more of a background of what was it that Jesus was teaching at this point. And this chapter opens with one of the most well-known miracles of Jesus, which was the feeding of the 5,000. And it's actually 5,000 plus women and children, so maybe you're talking about 15 to 25,000 people. And after that miracle, the book follows with another one of his miracles, the walking on the water, which is also very, very well known. And Christ shows these great signs, and we are told that thousands of people followed him everywhere he went, everywhere. However, when Christ entered the synagogue to teach, many were offended by his message. And shortly after, many stopped walking with him. They just got offended and they left. They forgot that he walked on the water. They forgot that he multiplied the bread and the fish. It's no coincidence that it is verse 666 that writes this, right? John 6:66. So 666. There's no coincidence there. Something that shocks me from this is that thousands of people followed him when they're receiving things from him, but as soon as Christ speaks of the suffering and of the trials and of his future death, thousands stops following him also. The same thousand. And it really is the same today. People don't want the Jesus that died on the cross. They only want the Jesus that blesses, the Jesus that gives things. They don't want the Jesus that said in this life you will suffer persecution. They only want the Jesus that said, "Whatever you ask in my name, it shall be given unto you." But you cannot split Christ. You have to have all of him. And the sad reality is that thousands of churches and millions of Christians are not even saved today. Because they do that. They try to separate Christ. But it's either all of him or nothing. And so I exhort you guys this morning to examine your life as we all have to do. The Bible says to examine yourself constantly, daily, to make sure that you're still in the faith. Make sure that you're not walking with God for the stuff, because he does bless us. He's a God that blesses. He's blessed me more than what I deserve. But we're not supposed to be with God because of that. We're supposed to be with him because of what he has already done for us in Calvary. We have to make him our Savior. And if we haven't, this will not last long. We have to realize that we were in sin and he had to come and die for you and I for the things that we have done. We put him in that cross. We have to realize that first and foremost, above the giving, above the blessings, above anything else, we have to realize that he has done that for us in the first place, and that is why we need him. If he doesn't bless us, it's okay. We need him and his saving mercy first of all. And if you know anyone that falls into this category, warn them. The Bible says that a wound of a friend is better than a kiss from an enemy. And it's a sensitive topic to really realize that maybe we're in the wrong. Maybe we're not really following Christ for the right reasons. But it's never too late to say, "God, forgive me," and make it all right. And we know that he's always ready to forgive. But guys, again, keep on sharing this for us, helping us put it as much out there as possible, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another one, God willing.